What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Gatchin Rockets here. Hope y'all are having a good day. Had a good day. Um, we did get some decent setups. Um, we said opening above the spike is bullish or very bullish. Wait for 15 plus minutes above. Enter calls on retest. Um, this was our initial test. This is our retest. They did dip down into the red for a second, came back inside, gave us another nice retest, and then they ran it. Right? Or technically, if you had a profit set, you probably got hit on this one candle here. Um, but then they just kept grinding it up all day, right? And sold off at the end. Should have made some good money on that. Let's go ahead and delete everything. We ran calls on Google today for people that were paying attention. I called it out in Keenan's. Didn't quite go the way I wanted on a few fronts. I had purchased 2 contracts, I thought, and apparently I only bought 1. And I kept trying to sell 2, and it kept giving me an error message. And then I finally figured out that I only bought 1 contract, which just basically means I made half of what I was expecting to make. And then, yeah, not a big deal. We do have an option set up for today, or for tomorrow, I should say. I guess let's look at that really quickly. Well, QCOM is going to be going back up here. I just don't like... I was looking at it and I was kind of struggling to find an entry. Because you kind of need to wait for them to break above here. And then with that, you have like the single prints at the top, right? So you wouldn't want to play it all the way up to there. You'd need to close it. Like, basically, if you're being realistic, probably like right around 83 and 90 cents. So you're taking like a 70-cent trade. And then there's a pretty strong chance of a rejection here. Eventually they break through it, right, and fill this little gap and then grind up higher. But just based on that, the single prints right there, it didn't really make sense to take a trade off of it. But the one that I did find that I definitely want to trade tomorrow is going to be FDX. I just hope they don't trigger before market open tomorrow. I don't do this very often, but this is... Oh, yeah. Full send on 5-minute, full send on 10-minute, full send on 15-minute, full send on 20-minute, full send on 30-minute, full send on 1 hour, full send on 65-minute, full send on 2 hour, full send on 4 hour. When you have this many, especially like 30 minutes, hour, 65, 2 hour, 4 hour, they're generally going to give us a really nice move. And basically, they should be cracking over 59. They're probably going to like 260-ish. But I'm going to take this as a day trade. If you want to take more time and play it higher, that's your prerogative. But for me, this is going to be a day trade. Over or crossing 250 and 20 cents. I'll be hopping in calls. First trim 251.95. To be clear, I will be closing my position at 251.95. They definitely have the potential to go higher, but again, we have single prints at the top. And there's a good chance that they reject, I don't even know, like 253-ish. Anyway, for me, this is a good spot to close, but there is a chance they hit 254. So just letting you know my plan. I'm going to be taking multiple contracts, probably like Friday's expiration. And I don't know what contracts they have, but I'll be looking at the open interest. Like if the 252s, if they have 252s, are over 1,000 open interest, that's the contract I'll be taking. And I'll probably grab a pretty good handful of them, and I'll be closing them at 251.95. All right. Let's go back to SPY. Actually, really quickly, I have a bunch of DMs on to check them really quick. All right. I meant to do this. Sorry, hang on. No, it is good. I meant to do this the other day and I completely forgot. I want to put on the October levels as we approach the end of the month. They could still move a little bit. But when we get this close to the end of the month, I like to have them on there. Oops. And I just noticed I need to get rid of that. This is crazy to look at. Absolutely nutty. All right. On TPO here, we have a poor low. And we have a poor high. All right. Again, this just looks insane, right? This is like a spinning top, possibly an abandoned baby, depending on what we do. um, Volume's decent. Very indecisive candle. Um, Need to load up my other software really quick. And while that's loading, let's check out Fear and Greed. I feel like we've got to be in greed or extreme greed. We're in fear. Wow. Okay. That's insane. So we're still on shutdown, right? So 15 minutes after the open, Canada has some important news that will affect us. I guess this won't happen because we're on shutdown. And then an hour after the open, BOC press conference in Canada. Supposed to be FOMC, but that's not happening. So the first hour of the market's going to be pretty volatile, it looks like. Let's look at our stuff. For whatever reason, this candle will not load. And I tried to get it to load earlier. This candle. Try again just in case. Oh. Thank you for your cooperation. I see absolutely nothing that I really like here. Grabbing 27 to 25 might not be bad. But we need that full body candle above or below, right? But I'm not even going to mark this on my chart. But I'm just saying, if you guys want to, it's not terrible, but I'm not loving it. Okay. So let me close this. Let me just check the imbalance chart really quick just to see. That might give us better information. And that would be a no. Seriously, no imbalances, or it just didn't load again. Nice. Let's check other time frames. Nope. There was one here. All right, just nothing. Okay. Let me close this. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Era's about everybody's scared up here, but logically that doesn't make sense in the sense that we pushed all the way up here. Oh, is the government's still on shutdown, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. The Federal Open Market Committee is still scheduled to meet tomorrow, despite the ongoing government shutdown. Um, all right, I guess it's not funded through the congressional budget. That's wild. So, FOMC meeting will proceed. The government shutdown has led to delays in economic data releases from other federal agencies, like the Labor Department and Census Bureau. This may affect the completeness of the information the Fed uses to assess the economy. That's awesome. Um, so, yeah, it's happening. Hey, what's up, John? John. All right, so I'm not going to leave these on the chart just because of where price is trading, but if we dip into this and quickly bounce back out, 100% hop in calls. Um, you can also look for calls if we come to here and bounce, right? Or on a touch of the single prints. Um, if you get in calls here and we have a 5 minute candle close below, get out of the trade. Wait for 3 or more 5 minute candles to close, retest. This would be your entry for puts. Okay. So, super excited about revisiting this area because it's either a really good spot to get in calls or it's a really good spot for puts. Um, and initially, like, you probably just need to take the calls, and if they stop you out, such as life, and then you would just reverse and hop it right back into puts. Um, Currently, we're above the POC in the after hours um, market. I don't like any of this. Um, Eras, you're killing me. I literally called it out. And then I closed my software. Yeah, Corey, I'm up on Intel very nicely. I don't know what percentage, but let me check. I feel like you have a better fill than me, so you're probably up more. I'm up 103%, or 103.68%. And yeah, you do have a better fill than me by 5%. This here, 27 to 25. Nice, JC. Like, that was a good entry on this pullback. And then they ran it. I'm trying to figure out. I think the most likely thing to happen tomorrow is to clean up this poor high, fall back inside, retest, and then take puts. And that should be enough to give me my FDX play. Again, I just feel like this is the most likely scenario. If by some chance we sell off in the overnight session, ideally I would like to see the same thing. You know, break below, pour high. I mean, the pour low. Come back inside. We could even grab calls on the retest of that. Or grab calls on the retest of the previous day value area low. This is a good spot to be in calls. But again, we probably want to see just enough peek through, even if it's just a tiny bit, come back inside. I think this is a spot where if we peek below and then bounce really quickly, you can just slap calls, or you can be patient and wait for the retest. Okay. And then again, I'm not going to leave this marked again just because of how far away price is from this. But if we come down here, we're slapping calls at the single prints. If they peak below slightly and then go, that's fine as well. But if we get a 5-minute candle that closes inside this gap, we're going to get out of that trade. And then we'll be waiting for a retest of the single prints to get into puts. Okay. Yeah, Areas, you got to stop moving your stop loss. Or at least just stop telling me about it. One or the other. I feel like I've already told you this, but make 2 journals. One where you don't move your stop loss, and one where you basically make a journal where if you hadn't moved your stop loss, what would your results be? Like if you just either hit stop loss or take profit. And on your second journal, chart what you actually did. So if you moved your stop loss and then you got stopped out, and then the play did what you were expecting it to do, just journal what actually happened. And do that until you get sick and tired of seeing all the money that you're missing out on because you're trailing your stop loss out of fear. And then realize, like, yeah, sometimes when you don't trail your stop loss, you're going to get stopped out when you're agreeing on a trade. But the times that it runs the full course, like you're trying to trade, is going to more than make up for those few times where you get stopped out when you were in profit. So, yeah. No, I mean, I'm joking about don't tell me about it, but it's just a little bit frustrating for me because I know that you're never going to succeed doing that. And so I just really want to see you stop doing it because I want to see you succeed. That's true, Jack. I've never used Stunk Journal. I mean, like, I played with it for a second. I don't think it was that hard. I'm sure you can go and watch a video on YouTube about it, and how to trade it. So anyway, that's all I'm going to be watching for tomorrow. I'm going to go take my kid to the gym. He's got his advanced jiu-jitsu class tonight and also Muay Thai striking. Let me go post this. Dude, Michael, you are a stud. I hope both sides of my pillow stay cold too. Anyway, let me go post this in Keenan's. I really hope this FedEx play doesn't run without us tomorrow, because that's... I really want an opportunity to get into that. All right. I'll hang out for a minute, just make sure nobody has any questions. And then I'm going to take off. I should say I'm exhausted. I want to trade live with you guys tomorrow. It's been a slightly frustrating week. Like, Monday, I woke up, I was ready to trade with you guys. I saw how just ugly and choppy it was, and I was like, yeah, no. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting very much rest tonight. We'll see. All right. Doesn't look like there's any questions. Shorty will be live in about an hour and 20 minutes. Make sure you guys tune in for that. I will be, again, trying to go live with you guys tomorrow. I'll probably just schedule it and go live, and if it's choppy, then I guess it is what it is. Um, Kind of hard to anticipate, whether the market's going to be choppy or not. But if it is choppy, then we'll just focus on doing more like education type stuff versus trading. We can watch the charts and see if a setup, shows up while we're covering educational stuff. But yeah, we'll probably just do it. Because I like to go live at least once a week. Also, tomorrow, there's a chance I'm not going to be able to go live to do a video. And if that's the case, I'll post levels for you guys. Yeah, Shorty goes live. He's just been dealing with, I don't know what. Like, he hurt his finger. But yeah, me and Shorty go live in the Discord. We haven't been very good about it lately. Before, it seemed like between me and Shorty, we would be live like 3 or 4 days a week. And I don't even know, like the last month or so, we've been pretty slacking on it. I don't know how to explain this, but I don't know what's going on with me, but like I have an alarm, like I can show you guys. My alarms are set. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. Something like that. Like I have an alarm Monday through Friday set for 5:30 in the morning. And then I have an alarm set for 6 o'clock a.m. every single day. Because a lot of times I'll sleep through the 5:30 alarm. And lately, I've been sleeping through the 6 o'clock alarm as well. And I don't know why, but yeah, I just can't wake up in the morning recently. Yeah, no worries, Artemis. Do. Yeah, I mean, Era's like Shorty crushed his finger, right, and broke his finger, and he's been dealing with a lot of pain and taking pain meds, and like even you could see the other day when he went when he did the market update, he sounded like he was higher than a kite. It's not for a lack of not wanting to. It's just life being life, you know. Um, I would probably be more sympathetic if you were like a monthly paying person, but since you're a lifetime, us being lazy fucks, you're not really missing out on anything because we'll make up for it when we do go live. My sleep schedule's garbage. Um, I don't know. It's just rough. Like both of my kids, my 10-year-old, he's homeschooled. He goes to bed at like 11, 12, 1, and then he'll normally wake up somewhere between like 8 and 10. And then even the baby goes to sleep between like 9 and 11, and she'll wake up at like 10 in the morning as well. So everybody else is sleeping in, just not me. So yeah. Anyway, I apologize, Areas. I will try to do better and go live more. But yeah, been slacking for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's John. It's the only way we can do it. He's and I don't say this like bragging, but he's like a super. What's the word? He has a really high IQ, and in regular school, he's just bored. And at 10, he's already finished high school in China. He's already doing calculus. I wouldn't know what else to tell you that he's doing, but he's just like very advanced for his age, like doing college courses at this point. And the only way that we could like accommodate where he is intellectually is by doing it ourselves. Um, yeah, Aries, you're good. I mean, even if it was a complaint, I would understand. Like, if I paid good money to join a Discord, and when I join, there's just like nothing happening. I mean, there's not nothing happening. Like, we've been calling stuff out in text format, but like we haven't been going live, and sharing our screens and whatever and explaining trades as we take them, which is what we normally do. And so even if it was a complaint, I would totally understand. But yeah, it'll happen. Don't worry. I promise. Um, so yeah, that's that. Super excited about FTX tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't trigger before the market opens. We'll figure this out live tomorrow, but really, like, this is kind of the main stuff that I'm watching, just without, um, seeing it as it's unfolding. um, there's nothing I really like on futures right now, so a lot of times, I'll take trades in the overnight session. Um, but yeah, this is just not um, not something I'm interested in trading in the overnight session. Jack in the Box. You guys are killing me. I'm tired. The bottom line is the Elliott waves on Jack don't even matter. Um, Without saying too much, we got information from a very reliable source that said buy Jack, right? And for me, I don't know about all Jack in the Boxes, but the one that's close to me, I mean, I don't even eat at Jack in the Box. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but um, a lot of people probably don't know this. I'm a vegetarian, and I mean, for one, I don't do fast food. For two, there just isn't um, really anything at Jack in the Box for me to eat. So, um, yeah, I don't go there. But what I was going to say is the one that's like, mm, oh, okay. So I can understand why it seems reversed to you, and that's fine. Um, so if we look at our higher time frames, right? This was our full send down, and that means that price is going to go from, so really quickly, this is 1, 2, 3 on the Elliott waves. This would be 4. The 4 sends it down. The reason the full send triggers on 4 is because that's generally the cleanest move. In this case, it was kind of choppy, but it's generally like the cleanest move from point A to B, right? Um, so like this full send, you can see triggered here and basically just went straight down. There's not a single green candle on this, right? And basically, what we're looking for is for the Elliott wave to be complete, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is expected to be lower than 3, right? So here's our 3. We went below it, 5 triggered, and then we started again with 1, 2, 3. Here's 4, right? And then they sent it all the way down, and here's our 5. And then 1, 2. Now 3 needs to be up, right? This is on a very high time frame. These are daily candles on a 1-year chart. If we look at this one here, same thing. This is weekly candles on a 3-year chart, right? So we have our 1, 2, 3 full send up. Again, pretty much all green candles. And these are weekly candles, right? All the way up to 5. And then from 5, sold off 1, 2, 3, triggered the full send, all the way down to 5, right? And now we have 1, 2, 3 will be higher. And then this is like our ultimate this is monthly candles on a 10-year chart, right? You don't see a lot of full sends on this, but so 1, 2, 3, full send. It's pretty ugly. Barely triggered the 5, just barely, slightly went lower than 3, right? And then here we have our 1 again, 2, 3. 3 sends it up into this green box, right? Corey, is it Corey? Was asking me about the full send indicator, I think. Settings. Oh, I don't know how much of this I could show. But you wanted to know how to get rid of the You wanted to know how to get rid of those white summary boxes. It's right here where it says summary. You just turn that from yes to no. And so like if I turn it on, there's the summary box. If I turn that off, then there's no summary box. Okay. What was your other question? Because I can probably just answer it really quick. And then you're asking about the price on the side. That's just in your, like the individual chart settings. I think it's here under settings. No. Is that it? Basically, I would just go through your settings and see what's different. I don't remember. I mean, probably the easiest thing to do is just, what is it? Where's the share? I'm kind of worried it's going to show the URL on this screen, so let me go off of the screen. That's really funky. Why did that happen? Let me try this one more time. This, okay. There. Load that as a flexible grid, and then you'll be good. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to close this now. Oh, sorry. I didn't finish talking about the Elliott waves. So, again, like if we look at the 4-hour chart, we have our 1, 2, 3, which means price needs to come into this range for 4 to trigger and send it back down, right? Same thing here. And I don't know if I finished my thought process, but really the higher time frames are the ones that we're interested in, where we have the 1, the 2, and then the 3 is triggering. I mean, it can technically trigger anywhere in here. I have a sell order at 33.80. But so if these play out, 1, 2, 3 triggers here, and then 4 would be back down below. So, I don't know if I finished my thought process about Jack in the Box, but oh, and then also just to show the clouds. This is important as well. Like, sorry, I know my thought process is like all over the place, but we have, oh wow, I'm showing like my full-on account. I don't want to do that. Sorry. Let me turn on the privacy setting. Shit, I just showed like my account number. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I forget how to make this private. Son of a bitch. Well. Let me do that, I guess. I don't remember how to make it private, but yeah. So on our clouds, like if we drop below 16.19, I'll close this trade. Right now, I'm content. Like we bounced off of the 4-hour cloud, went up to the daily cloud, right? Came back down to our 4-hour cloud, went back to the top of the 4-hour cloud. Now we're back at the bottom of the 4-hour cloud. If you want to lock in some profits, this is not a terrible spot. My stop, again, would be losing our daily. This also would not be a terrible spot to lock in some profits, right? I'm looking for this up here, as is shorty, right? And I don't know if I finished my train of thought about what I was saying about my local Jack in the Box. I don't think I did, but they remodeled their entire store. Like it was closed for like I think 2 months or something crazy like that. Um, so yeah. All right, I'm gonna close this. But so anyway, like if a store, I don't know if Jack in the Box is franchised. Yeah, it is a franchise. So I guess like one store, remodeling or whatever doesn't mean they all are, but they are. There is some negative news um, on Jack in the Box. Like they sold, was it Del Taco for like 1.5 million? I mean, 150 million or something like that. Um, which seems pretty inexpensive for selling Taco Bell or whatever, Del Taco. I don't remember which one. They've been around forever. Um, I mean, like, good luck. Yeah, I showed my account number. That's not the account number, though, to, like, log into my account. Um, and my password is nutty, so good luck. Like, um, I use, like, the most random freaking passwords where if I didn't use a password, what's it called? Why can't I English? If I wasn't using a password manager, like I would never remember my passwords because they're like just insane, like 18 characters long, uppercase, lowercase, um, symbols, fucking just everything, numbers, letters. Anytime I have to type in one of my passwords manually, like I constantly screw up because I'll think an I is an L or an L is an I or whatever. So yeah, good luck. Um, all right. Yeah. Well, now you guys all know how much I have in my um, actual account. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna go take my kid to the gym. Um, and get ready for Shorty's live. As always, much love, much respect to everybody. Peace out. We should see you in the morning.